It's time to get creepy and get crawly as we are celebrating Spider Month with one of the craziest Spider movies of the 2000s. 2002's Eight-Legged Freaks. Let's go.
Flip the switches to maximum amplification as Parker, Dan, and Angela prepare for their operation. With trivia and plot points scrawled across their walls, laughter and debate erupts as the movie's drama calls. The world may call them crazy, minds gone astray, but genius and passion and madness all dance the same way. Now the show begins to rise from its broadcast realm, and you can open your eyes as we dissect that film.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dissect That Film Podcast, a podcast that dissects the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema. I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me is one half of DNA Gaming, my co-host, Dan. What's up, Dan? Perfect. And back once again, because he can't get enough of us, we have the man, the myth, the legend. We got old man Brad back in the house. What's up, Brad?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh, it's just wonderful to have you here.
I'm happy to
once
be back.
Again. Yes, we are happy to have you back. It's really easy to find guests for our show because, especially if you're in our Discord and we put up what movie we're talking about, and then somebody's just like, I really love this movie. And I'm like, well, you're the guest this week.
True.
That's
although you need to do it if they're like, this movie sucks. Be like, you know what? You should come on so
that
you
is
can
true.
Trash it and we can have a discussion.
Yeah, we can
That
do
is-
like a savage difference of opinion.
Okay, so when we cover The Shining from 1980, I invite Anna because she hates that movie.
Please,
Perfect.
let's fucking go, dude.
She probably won't even come on. But hey, you know what, Anna?
And
Let's have some fun.
Anna, listen, do it. Fucking do
And
it.
instead of talking The Shining, you'll be like, just start talking about Cruel Jaws and really throw her off.
We have an episode of Cruel Jaws. You should listen to it. Brad has one too.
Yes.
I love it when we covered Cruel Jaws. That was pre-Dissect That Film, technically. That was when Dan wasn't even a co-host of the show. But Dan was actually the one who suggested it because we were going through all the Jaws movies, and he was like, we got to do the unofficial fifth one. And I was like, there's an unofficial fifth Jaws? What are you talking about? And we did it. Movie, and I remember watching the movie with my brother, and it was like a really shitty YouTube rip, and it was terrible. And I haven't rewatched the movie since. Even when you guys covered it, it was covered over on Give Me Back My Action horror movies. Like, it was so funny when it was like no one was talking about Cruel Jaws, and then out of nowhere, you guys covered the movie like the same month. It was like, what is happening right now?
We had to bring it back. You were just ahead of the curve.
We were. It was all Dan. If it wasn't for Dan, we probably wouldn't have covered it.
Yeah, if I had stumbled across it, I was like, do we have to do it? He's like, all right.
Okay. I love, dollar store Hulk Hogan.
Hey. And the little wheelchair girl just gets dumped into the water.
She
Like,
moves her
fuck
legs, damn it, I saw it. All right.
I know, right?
I digress. We're not talking about Cruel Jaws tonight.
Baker!
Tonight.
Anna's listening to this episode right now going,
she's
damn
like,
it, guys.
why the fuck do I listen to the show? It's because we love you, Anna.
Yeah, why?
We have to. This is what we
She's
do.
never
okay?
coming back.
She's never coming. Please come back. Tonight, we are continuing our Spider Month, which was a month we just randomly decided we were going to do because we had a bunch of Spider movies over in the Monster Zone that were happening in the same month. And we're like, well, I guess we're going to do Spider movies on the other podcast. So here we are. And this was our Patreon poll winner. So thank you for everybody over on Patreon for voting for this movie. We're talking about 2002's Eight-Legged Freaks.
It's a beautiful morning here in Prosperity, Arizona. Right here at KFRD, the only source for the inside dope on space aliens and when they plan to invade.
Cruiser!
for America to wake up, people! Wake up before it's too late! And people are saying, well, you know, it's coyotes and it's wolves, but we know the truth. Oh my God! Hey, watch it!
What exactly is that? Spider, man.
Our town is being attacked by giant spiders.
They're here! They're here!
Warner Brothers Pictures presents the biggest, nastiest mutant spider movie of all time.
Get ready.
Oh yeah, this is got
Get back, you eight-legged freaks!
Hey, Spidey!
Thank you.
Brad, what is your history with eight-legged freaks?
Well, my history, I saw this movie in the theater. So I was there opening weekend, and this is my kind of movie. It's just dumb, it's stupid, and just ridiculous. So, of course, I walked out of the theater just in love with it. I bought it on DVD when it first came out, and I've watched it multiple times because it's, like I said, it's just dumb. I love that the spiders make noise, like, you know, kung fu noises and various other noises as they're going along. And yeah, you just turn your brain off and you just enjoy the ride.
Dan, what's your history with eight-legged freaks?
I actually watched this not in theaters, but not long after it came out on home video. And I very vividly remember the marketing campaign for it. Very vividly, because it was like on TV all the fucking time. And yeah, I just remember watching. I was young, and this was pre me really getting into spiders, like as much as I. That wasn't until I closer to like college and stuff. But yeah, I remember watching it, and I was like, "Hey, it's a giant spider movie." And I watched a giant spider movie, and I was like, oh, "It's a giant spider movie." That's about it.
All right. My history with this movie was me and my brother would rent this all the time. This was a Hollywood video staple, like eight-legged freaks, Anaconda, Lake Placid, those creature features. These were just always playing. Either it was rented or my dad always had like HBO or Showtime or something, and it would always pop up on one of those. And if you found eight-legged freaks, you were watching it because it was just, again, as Brad was saying, it's freaking dumb as hell. This movie is dumb as hell.
Yeah, it's very dumb.
As a kid, you're just like, all right, I'm in. Like, this was, the thing was, is I didn't grow up watching like the monster movies that we talk about a lot on the Monster Zone. Like last week, you guys listened to our episode on Tarantula, which is very similar in some degree to this movie, but that was made in the 50s. Like, this is a modern version sort of Tarantula.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they were trying to do is that old creature.
Yes.
Insects and bugs and arachnids and all that.
Where logic just goes out the window and you just have to accept it. Even though we are going to point out everything that's illogical in this movie. And Dan especially, since Dan is our spider expert here, he's going to point out all of the flaws. Listen, this is what we do on the show. So if you get upset about what we're about to talk about, like when it comes to like the nitty gritty of a movie called Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette,
I mean,
then I don't know what you've been listening to.
David Arquette is your star.
Is he though?
Giant spiders.
Is he really the star of this movie? Because
I mean, he was the headliner that would market David Arquette, and you're like,
100%. He was the one who got people right. He was definitely the one who got people to go to the theater to see this. They're like, oh, the guy from Scream? All right, I'm in. And the guy from Ready to Rumble. Because was that before this or was that after?
He's a better wrestler.
It might have been. around the same
don't
time.
remember.
I know they were pretty close.
Ready to Rumble was
He was-
2000, so it was 2 years before this.
Oh,
Yeah, so he was the WWE champion for a little bit. That's why he was busy.
yeah.
Couldn't record a movie. Had to make it happen.
Yeah,
But he was, of course, most famously Dewey from the Scream franchise. So there was already 3 of them at the time that this came out. So you're a Scream fan, you see David Arquette, you're probably going to go see this. Also, the fact that it's a creature features are just popular. They were just like, especially back in the late 90s, early 2000s, like people loved these movies, and like parents were like, PG-13, all right, bring my kids, don't care, like this is gonna be a good time. And it was.
That's true.
I didn't see it in the theater, but I remember when it came out at Hollywood Video. Like I think I rented it like the first weekend it dropped on home video, because they had like a whole end cap just of 8-legged freaks.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I remember how well. I don't know how well it did.
It didn't do great. It didn't do great. It had a budget of $30 million. It only made $45.9 million at the box office. So it made more than its budget, but we all know that it's got to be substantially more than its budget to actually be considered a success. I don't know if it was the time, if it was the name. It's kind of also, this movie kind of doesn't know what it wants to be. If it wants to be more comedic, if it wants to be super serious, sometimes it doesn't know what it wants to be. And that really has to do with the fact that like David Arquette is a clown in this movie. He's a clown. And like the situations they put him in and like his backstory is just so weird for David Arquette and like how he's acting. Because the funny thing is I'm watching this movie and his character comes home from doing whatever, and he's the owner of the like old rundown mine in this town that's keeping the town alive, right? And all I could think of was it's My Bloody Valentine 2009. Like it's 7 years before that, but it's like that's the plot of My Bloody Valentine 2009. Like
the way he comes in all, David Arquette, like, yeah, I'm a landowner, and just his old like
tough guy.
I don't know.
He definitely has that tough guy persona for that scene, and then the first scene he shows up when he gets off the bus and he like reconciles with his aunt, and you're like, all right, this is like a different side of David Arquette. And then it just goes nope, and we just get to atypical David Arquette. You're like, okay,
awkward as
all right.
fuck, and like, what is he doing,
shaved.
dude?
After
That's right.
he shaved, his whole persona changed.
Yeah, he lost his powers.
And his aunt gets yoinked by a spider through the wall. Yeah, pretty wild.
Normal. That's what they do.
So yeah, he plays a character named Chris McCormick, and we have Kari Wuhrer. I think that's how you say her last name. Baby Bird herself, from Anaconda. She plays Sam Parker, and she is the other side of the spectrum when it comes to. She's the complete opposite of David Arquette, and then it gets to the end of the movie, and you're like, "Now these two people wouldn't be together." No way.
No, not
no
at
way. doesn't add up. She's badass in this movie though, and she's gorgeous. My God, Kari Wuhrer. Moving on. Scott Terra as Mike Parker, who the only thing I remember seeing him in was Daredevil 2003.
Yep.
He played little Matt Murdock.
Yep.
We have Dougie Doug, who plays Harlan Griffith, who I think the role that I noticed, I was like, oh yeah, he was in Cool Runnings.
Which, if the movie was made today, he'd be a podcaster.
100%. 100%.
He's the same as Brian Tyree Henry from Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep.
He's that.
Yeah.
That character is exact same as Dougie Doug was in this one.
But less annoying. I like this guy more than I like Brian Tyree Henry in Godzilla or the Godzilla X Kong or whatever. Because is it just the fact that podcasters are annoying as hell?
Yeah, I know I'm annoying. So
we're all annoying in some way, shape, or form. Like, don't get me wrong. Like people, like conspiracy theorists, whatever. But it was like he had his quirks, and he was kind of annoying in certain aspects. But he was like, he's just a little quaggy. He's a little quacky, he believes in aliens, which who doesn't believe in aliens? Like, come on.
Listen, He definitely fears Gordon Lightfoot treading around his back stair. Like, he is all about the anal probe thing, which is fair.
Oh,
You
the
gotta
anal
have a
probe
gimmick.
thing. Then they had to throw in the
Watching out.
the gun, the JFK assassin.
Lee Harvey
Yeah.
Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald's gun. I'm like, what?
That's
Why
what I
is
said.
this
There was
gun
like
in
Lee
this
Har-
town?
And honestly, it's not that uncommon of a weapon. Carcanos.
No,
dude,
I think they're trying to make it out like that was his gun.
Well, he says it when he's handing the guns in. I think it was just meant to be a joke. It's just a Carcano.
Well, there is a scene though where Pete gets all the guns and he's like, "Oh, it's Lee Harvey Oswald's gun. I don't know why we have this."
Yeah, but I think because he's like he says something about a Ruger revolver and Mossberg 500 shotgun. And he's like Lee Harvey Oswald's gun, and it's just a Carcano. I know like what they're trying to do with him being a conspiracy theorist with the gun. I'm like, it's just a Carcano. I don't know.
We have a young Scarlett Johansson in this movie.
Yes, we do.
She was 18 when this movie came out, which is, I always forget that she's in this movie. And I'm like, Scarlett Johansson.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in this. Yep. We have Rick Overton as Pete Willis, who is the deputy. And I guess there's
old Deputy Pete.
Old Deputy Pete. He and Kari were in a movie together 7 years later. I can't remember what the name of the movie was, but they actually had the roles reversed. So he played the sheriff and she was his deputy, which I thought was pretty funny.
He was kind of the Deputy Dewey of this movie.
He was, but I feel he wasn't as derpy as Dewey. Like Dewey he's a derp.
He had moments where he was, for sure.
Yeah. We have Leon Rippey, who plays Wade, and I forgot to write down the movies he was in that we've covered, but he has been in a couple movies we've covered. Where are
he
they?
Tends to play like that same sleazy bad guy character a lot.
Yes.
He's got that
100%.
aesthetic about him.
Yeah. He was in Firestarter. So a lot of these are minor characters. He was in Firestarter. He was in Maximum Overdrive. Don't know. He played a character named Brad, so I'm guessing he's one of the truck drivers that were at the truck stop during the event. That just kind of is in the background. He's in King Kong Lives, Dan.
Oh, fuck. We need to talk about that movie someday.
Someday. He kind of looks like there's another actor that like he always reminds me of. Not Michael, maybe Michael McKean. Kind of looks like him. But I kind of get them confused. Matt, I do not know how to pronounce your last name, pal. Zukri played Brett. He is in a show right now called The Resident, or he was in a show called The Resident.
I wish Angela was here for this because it's not. Fuck, I can't remember this character's name. He's one of the main love interests in the early part of Gilmore Girls.
Yes. He also
with the other. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He was vying for the affections of the main character's daughter with the one dude from Supernatural who was in Friday the 13th remake.
Oh.
He's the main character of the Friday the 13th remake.
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name either.
People are going to be yelling.
Golly, he's fucking there.
Who are the guys' names in Supernatural? People yell at us in the chat.
I was going to say the guy from Supernatural.
Yeah, one of them.
The guy from Supernatural.
Because one of them is in that, one of them is in My Bloody Valentine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two brothers.
He was also in The Good Wife for a good portion of its run. So he does a lot of TV. But it's funny because I always see the commercials for The Resident, like when I used to watch like CBS shows. Because I think The Resident was on CBS or whatever channel it was on. I always would see the ads, and it doesn't look like him. This movie is also 23 years old, so people change.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then we have Eileen Ryan as Gladys. I feel like she's important to talk about. And then there's one other actor in this movie who's uncredited, but we'll talk about him when we get to him. Somebody who we have talked about on the show. It's been a long time.
Okay.
But I think it is time to break down. I didn't write my notes.
Break this down.
It's time to break this movie down. I was looking at my notebook, like, where are my notes? And I forgot I did them in my phone today.
Can I make a random, just complete aside?
Oh boy.
To tell a story? Yes. Oh boy, indeed. Aren't you glad that spiders don't crawl into your ass? This is a segue, and this is important. So listen to me. So random story. We were on our way home from work. I want to tell this because I have to tell somebody. And we were fucking around with Google, like asking like questions, and I was trying to get it to answer a question for me on the internet. Google was like, try to find something. And my buddy at work is like, hey, ask Google how many cookies will fit into the human anus. So I asked Google this question. And it rebutted something along the lines of, you're not supposed to put things in the butt, blah, 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 which is horse shit. But you're not supposed to put things in the butt. But, jokes. However, he said, ask again, is that more or less than 12? So I asked Google if it was more or less than 12. And this is what Google had to say. I said, is it more or less than 12? It says, it is impossible to say whether the number is more or less or more than 12. The human body is not a container for cookies. And that is bullshit. Because I have eaten a fair share of cookies. Not with my butt, but I've eaten a lot of cookies in my day. There is no capacity for a foreign object, for foreign objects like food. Again, carries on and on. It's just, I just thought that the human body is not a container for cookies was one of the best lines I've ever read in my entire life. And I needed to share it with the masses. That's it.
Thank you for that.
Now,
that was well worth whatever.
This is to make up for last week. For all that you've wasted X amount of minutes of everybody's life.
We have become dumber.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly it.
Oh my God. All right.
I'm going to tell my kids now when they want a cookie, I'll be like, your body is not a container for cookies.
Yep.
But Dad, Google told me, so shut up.
That's right.
All right. Well, it's time to hop into the plot of Eight-Legged Freaks. Actually,
Deep plot.
fuck that. I got to back it up a little bit because I completely skipped
Back it
over
up.
the director and all the people involved other than the actors. So this movie was directed by Ellery Elkiem.
Fake name. Carry on.
Not a lot in his repertoire.
He did a bug movie a few years before this.
What's that?
They Nest. And it's about cockroaches.
Oh,
Interesting.
He also did 2 really awesome sequels to Return of the Living Dead.
Oh God!
Necropolis,
Did you rave to the grave?
He did.
Oh fuck!
He also did the sequel to Without a Paddle.
Are you serious? God.
See where his career went after this.
Yeah.
Up a creek without a paddle. That's exactly where it fucking went.
So this movie was actually it was based on a 13-minute short that he did called Larger Than Life, which was a 13-minute black and white FX heavy kind of homage to 50s insect monster movies.
That's dope.
Which is ultimately what this ended up turning into. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, who we've talked about, who did Godzilla 98, did Independence Day, Stargate. They were interested in that story, which then it got turned into Eight-Legged Freaks, which originally was called Iraq Attack. But since this movie came out in 2002 and we were just about to go enter a war with Iraq, the title didn't seem appropriate in the US. It was called that in other countries. But the name Eight-Legged Freaks, it was literally when they were editing the film and David Arquette says the line, get back, you eight-legged freaks. They were like, that's our title. So literally it was after the movie was completely finished. They were editing it. They saw that line and that's where the US title of this movie came from.
And at the time, Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, I mean, they were names and could get money to make.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? Hey, we want to make a spider movie.
Yep.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yep.
Actually, you think, okay, in all seriousness, do you think if they would have kept it Iraq, not Iraq, so everybody knows, if they would have kept that the same, I think the movie would have done better in theaters, just strictly on the publicity. I think it would have had enough controversy at the time. There would have been enough people bitching about it. People are like, I'm going to go watch this fucking movie. They're like, none of these, and then people are going to be like, this doesn't take place in the Middle East. They're like, dude, that's not what it says on the poster. That's all the people that can't read. That's
true.
what's going to.
That's very true.
That's where your money comes from.
The poster for this movie is the most photoshopped looking poster
It's
ever.
fucking terrible.
When you Google posters for this movie, not a lot show up. There's like maybe 3 posters for this movie, and they're all pretty bad. The best one is the one that was on all the VHS and DVDs, which is David Arquette's photoshopped head in the corner, a random screaming woman underneath a giant spider that's crawling through the title of the movie. It's bad.
Then they put like motion blurs on it, so it
They
looks
do.
like it's
So it looks like it's yes.
It's fucking
And-
terrible.
yeah.
And then the tagline is "Let the squashing begin." What?
Why?
Okay.
What's squashing? When did that happen?
These spiders are huge. You ain't
who squashed
squashing them.
who?
I don't know. It's
I don't know,
terrible.
did this
They're the-
movie ever get a Blu-ray release?
It did in 2021.
I don't remember. Okay.
Shout Factory
Okay.
released one. Yeah. I don't think it's in print
You know-
anymore because you can get it. I think I saw on Amazon right now. It's like $20, but I don't think it's in print
Okay.
anymore, which is
I know it's not a real, especially on physical, real easy movie to find.
no. Unfortunately I rented it. I wanted to buy it, but by the time I ended up was like, oh yeah, I have to buy this movie. It was too late. I wouldn't have gotten it in time, and it would have been pointless. So I'll buy it down the road. This is a movie that I've determined I don't even know if I want to buy a Blu-ray. I want to just go to Goodwill and see if I can find a cheap DVD of it
Or VHS.
or VHS, which sucks. My Goodwill doesn't do VHS anymore, which is a big
Ours
bummer.
doesn't either.
But I might be going to a like flea market, which is going to be selling a lot of VHS tapes. So maybe I can find it there, and that would be pretty cool. Because this movie, HD doesn't do it any favors. It does not at all. It's still like I said,
the CG now.
Ooh.
I mean, it's heavily dated.
it is rough. The CG or the visual effects was done by CFX, which is Centropolis Entertainment, which is a studio owned by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich.
Yeah.
So
the ones that did like ID4 and all that effects.
Yep, they did ID4. They
Those
did
still
Godzilla.
look good.
Godzilla Online.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, there was a Darkness Falls game.
What?
What?
I didn't know there was a Darkness Falls game.
Oh, it's
I don't even know what you're
not.
talking about.
It's not related to that movie. It's like it's like a.
Darn it.
It's like a. Oh man, like knights and stuff type type
okay.
game. I was like, oh my god, they made a video game about Darkness Falls. That doesn't
When you
deserve a
said-
game.
When you said that, the only thing I could think of was When Darkness Falls, the song by Killswitch Engage.
Mhm.
I was like, what?
The thing was, is they did the VFX for pretty much everything that Roland Emmerich was directing at the time. So they did Universal Soldier, they did Stargate, they did Independence Day, they did Godzilla, they did Day After Tomorrow, 10,000 BC, 2012, like literally everything. Like they even did Independence Day Resurgence, they did Moonfall. So like every single movie Roland Emmerich directed, CFX did the visual effects for. So, but for this movie, I guess like a third of the budget went to the VFX. It was like of that $30 million budget.
Well, they tried.
Yeah, but
It was fine at the
I mean,
time.
not all of it
Well,
is
it's fine.
terrible. It's very dated now. Like at the
Yeah.
time, like
not
you're like,
all of it is
yeah, it's
terrible.
fine.
I agree. When they shoot the spiders, it looks like a video game. It looks like I'm playing Resident Evil. Like
Or if you ever played Area
PS1.
51 on the arcade, like the green blood.
that green
out of the
goo
aliens.
that just looks awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slurm.
So the screenplay and the story were both done by Ellery Eccleyem, the director, also Randy Cornfield and Jesse Alexander, which Jesse Alexander was a writer for, he did like Hannibal, he did some Star Trek. He was also a producer for Heroes, Alias, and Lost. The music was done by John Ottman, who we've talked about, I think, one time on the show. He was the composer for Orphan from 2009, but he's done a lot of the music for stuff from Bryan Singer. So like Superman Returns, a lot of the X-Men movies, the Jack the Giant Slayer. He was also the composer for House of Wax, the 2005 remake. And a movie that I really need to watch again, because I remember watching this movie when I was a kid and it scared the shit out of me. Snow White, A Tale of Terror with Sigourney Weaver. Do you ever see that? Sigourney Weaver and Sam Neill?
I know the cover. I've never seen the movie.
It is
Never heard of
horrifying.
this.
Children shouldn't watch it. I shouldn't have watched it. It was one of those movies that popped up late at night on like Showtime. And I'm like a little kid, just like, my dad's not gonna say nothing. And I watched it. I was like, I just wanted to go watch the Disney one real bad. Gotta get this out. Oh my god, my eyes.
This was well before the Pooniverse.
Well before the Pooniverse, when you're actually ready for it. I wasn't ready for this. I just saw Snow White and I was like, sign me up.
It can't be that bad.
Can't be that. All right. The release date was July 19th, 2002 in the United States, August 15th in Germany, and September 26th in Australia. It ran at 99 minutes. We already talked about the budget and the box office. All right. I think that's it. That's all I got. Now we can get into the plot.
Yeah.
Of Eight-Legged Freaks.
As paper thin as it is.
Woo! Are we
now
ready?
We can finally start talking about this movie.
I know Brad's like, geez, this guy just won't shut the fuck up.
Brad's whole review would have been done already by now.
I know. Oh, Brad's episode would have been done 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Just done.
Brad's show is like he could
In and
fit
out.
like 4 or 5 episodes in the course of one episode for us.
Yeah, he's just like time
Listen.
clocked.
Nah, Brad wouldn't come back if he wasn't expecting what happens every episode, which is unpredictable, by the way.
Oh, I do. Okay, when my wife, every time I'm guesting, she's like, "Okay, is this the long one or are these short?" I'm like, tonight I was like, "This is the long one."
Sorry.
Hello, Brad's wife.
Sorry, Brad's wife.
Hey, horror friends! Welcome to Tomb of Terrors. I'm Old Man Brad, your guide into darkness. Here, every episode is a journey into horror. I'm digging up the latest releases, having conversations with the filmmakers who bring these nightmares to life, or sometimes dragging in my friends to explore cult classics, like Bruno Mattei's Cruel Jaws. There's something spine-tingling around every corner. So whether you love a bloody Italian slasher, a chilling ghost story, or those hidden treasures scattered throughout Tubi, this tomb has something for every horror fan. Just dim the lights, cozy up in a blanket, and step inside. If you dare.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the plot of Eight-Legged Freaks. It is time to dissect
Dissect
that
film.
That was the best one. Usually it cuts out really bad and you never hear it, but that was good. All
I
right,
tried.
the movie starts with some voiceover, some conspiracy radio, as I would call it. I don't like the opening title of this movie where it's just that generic black background with white
Yeah, it's
text.
pretty
I'm like, come on, man. This is Eight-Legged Freaks. I need like a spider, something crazy with a spider to happen that just like plasters that red logo like while as a spider like crawls through it or something. But instead it's just like it's like it's supposed to be something dramatic. And I'm like, come on, man.
That's not this
This
movie.
is lazy.
It should have been, like the title card for Them or something like
Yes.
that, where it's like really cartoony up on the screen. It should have
100%. And we're going to talk about them again on this episode.
Yep, we are.
Heck yeah, we are. We are in Prosperity, Arizona, which this movie was filmed mostly in Glendale, Arizona. So, yeah, didn't really.
Awesome.
It's great when the movie is set in a place that's similar. It's literally the place that they filmed. So, here we are. I just love that it's kind of like Perfection in Tremors. Like the name of the town is Prosperity, but instead this town is Suffering. So it's the opposite. So a truck full of biohazard material. This is Komodo. Komodo did this shit again.
I thought we were watching Resident Evil 2, like the beginning cinematic. Truck driver.
I watched this scene of this dude driving in this truck full of biohazard barrels, and I'm just going, this is the beginning of Komodo. This is exactly what happens. He swerves or something happens and the Komodo eggs fall off. But instead, this one is just a big barrel of chemicals.
That's how they all happen. I mean, the original Toxic Avenger, you got the idiots driving the truck with so many of the sci-fi shark and snake and everything movies start with
something
like that.
Why couldn't we have just done this like them and just have something to do with the. I mean, I don't know how close it is to where we were, but like the nuclear testing they used to do in the desert. Why wasn't that just a thing?
I mean,
Instead of like the cheapest fucking barrel falls out of truck and nobody notices. The rest of the barrels don't go.
Yeah, I mean, again, this movie is what it is. Like I feel like we just need some classic cartoon music playing as that barrel just falls out. Just
They should just use the entire. Wait, who? I didn't even pay attention. Who the fuck released this? What main company?
It's Warner
Universal.
Was it
Warner Brothers? Fuck.
Warner Brothers.
Well, they probably have some. We just need to dig through like the old Warner Brothers fucking stock music library from like the 50s and just start playing that shit. And like, okay, I know. Yep.
Warner Brothers has Looney Tunes. They have plenty of sounds they can use.
Yeah. Yep.
Just Bugs Bunny pops out of nowhere. Ain't I a stinker? Whoop.
He kicks the barrel off.
Yeah. I just love that all this happens because a rabbit just decides to hop into the middle of the road and this truck's got to avoid it.
Speaking of Bugs Bunny, I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's why he would do that after the truck does it. Then he does his line. Then he gets the hell out of there.
Gets any gig he can after Space Jam.
Yeah. So we then cut to, I think I said a week later, and Tom Noonan is out there picking crickets out of a pond.
Why?
Why are the crickets here? Crickets live in the water?
No. To get like a drink, they would not just be out and about. Not normally.
Yeah.
They
also
would for toxic wastewater?
Maybe.
But also
maybe
he's
it's like
in the pond. Like he's got like his pants rolled up. He's like ankle deep in this pond. I'm like, wouldn't that also have some effects on him? I just love that the barrel is floating and you can actually see it. Yeah. And he's just like, ooh, crickets.
Hey, Mr. Barrel.
That seems normal in prosperity.
I thought he was going to eat the damn cricket. And it's like, I love how this movie's like, you have to be a weirdo to get insects. Like, okay.
I just love that Tom Noonan is in this movie for like 2 seconds.
It would have been great if he ate the cricket in like the Act 3. He was like this big spider monster coming in instead of the one we got. It would have been him, like
either a spider. It's a mix of tarantula and what is it? War of the Colossal Beast, where he's the guy with like this half a skull. Yes.
Dude, that would be much better if we did like a Cronenberg-esque version where it's like really graphic. But the only time he's like, it's a spider monster. I just kept thinking of Gary Oldman from Lost in Space.
Oh,
is he in Lost in Space? Yeah, where he turns into the spider monster. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's what we'd get. We wouldn't get the cool Cronenberg-esque fly spider.
I mean,
that would be cool though.
With all the monster movies, all the 50s monster movies we've talked about on the Monster Zone, this just falls perfectly in place with all those movies.
It does.
Because it's like,
unfortunately,
clear barrel. Like just all these factors that are just like easily picked up by the viewer, but the guys in the movie are just like, everything seems fine.
Yeah, especially for a guy that apparently comes here a lot to collect his cricket.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
you know, as he was writing the script, he was probably just watching these movies going, yep, I'll put that into my movie. We'll just write that in that scene. We'll write this in this scene.
How is this going to progress? I don't know.
Yeah. Again, people are going to be like, well, you're nitpicking 8-legged freaks. Yeah, I know. That's the point. That's the point of the show.
We get it.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Noonan. We haven't talked about him since House of the Devil, which we did like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah, that's the only movie we've covered with Tom Noonan in it. But yeah, he's back, and he's not in this movie for very long. So we meet Mike, this little boy. He's going to visit Joshua at his spider farm, and I didn't write down all the facts that Tom Noonan is spouting, but I'm just thinking in the back of my head, Dan is going to correct some of these if they are wrong. So the spiders that he talks about, if I can remember,
please tell me you got the scientific names.
No, I just have whatever Wikipedia tells me, and it just gives me the names that I'm going to read, which is jumping spider.
Yes.
Okay,
those are correct.
Man. Okay,
that's not.
Why you got to lean in? I don't like the lean in. That's happening?
No. There's one specific. I was like
really close.
There's the orb weaver spider.
None of that's right.
The tarantula.
Really got into attention.
Multiple species of tarantula. Correct, Dan?
Well, one of the one he taps, it's like the first one. It's the one that jumps at him in the glass container. Like
Is that the one that
scares him.
actually bites him?
No, that's not that one. It's the first one the little kids look at it too, and then that's what Tom Noonan or whatever comes from behind him.
Yeah.
He's like, "You trying to scare me?" That one. He lists it. I can't remember the species name. I literally rewound the movie, turned the subtitles on, played it again. Did not get the whole species name. I should have taken a picture of it. But the start of it was like lycosid or lycosa or something like that, which is wolf. It's wolf spider. And I was like, this is, and I'm looking at this creature. And I'm like, this isn't a wolf spider. I used to own one of these. This is a, and I blanked the name of it. And I fucking know what this is. It used to be called a Cathari Shuius crashai, which was a king baboon. They're fucking recognizable as hell. Like you could just pick them out if you know what you're looking for. But it was not a wolf spider. And then when the CG model hits, it's entirely different. The name he uses is Latin for some type of wolf spider. It annoyed me. But carry on.
So the
Doesn't make it sound cool on screen.
It did. If they would have used an
people
actual
watching it, be
wolf
like,
spider,
"Ooh,
if they would have used a wolf spider, like, okay.
Well, there's a couple more. There's multiple species of tarantula. There's trapdoor spiders.
Yep, those are cool. Yep.
The spitting spider.
Which are technically real. There's ones that can like throw their webs out and stuff. Like it's like to some extent that is a real thing. But I think that's what they do for the male ones. Isn't it supposed to be like the male orb weavers?
Yeah, because are they the ones that like wrap their prey and then like drag it to the female that's like significantly bigger?
Yeah, that most females are bigger in spider species.
And then the last one
By mass.
The last one listed is the tiger wolf spider.
What the fuck is that?
Let me click on it and tell you. So
It ain't nothing.
the Tigrosa aspersa is a wolf spider that inhabits the eastern United States. It's like a spider.
Yes, it's not a tarantula. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Not what I've heard of, but like I will say, I've been out of the trade for a long time. I still have a few of them, but Latin names they've revised all the taxonomies, so there's different names for everything. You are in the right part of the country for native tarantulas, which do appear in the movie. Jumping spiders, their behavior is somewhat correct, but like if you've ever watched one, they more sneak up on their prey than jump. They don't just like jump and like follow. They don't have the metabolism for that. And orb weaving spiders, typically the males are wanderers and the females build the elaborate webs. And they're not that much larger than the males. Normally there are some that are proportionally bigger. And I don't know about the give a peace offering thing, that I'm not fair in their reproductive cycle, or not as familiar with all the reproductive cycles. But yes, there are some issues. But there are spiders that do kind of do not like how they refer to them as like spitting webs. Yeah.
So this is when he talks about that he's finding the crickets that are causing his spiders to grow rapidly because Mike notices that. And he's like, "Oh, I got to get more of these crickets. It's going to make me rich."
Yep.
And this is where the Iraq attack.
If only there was a barrel somewhere in the water that could make this happen.
It says, "Do not put in tarantula water."
Yeah.
Or spider water.
Yeah. But this is where the Iraq attack line comes in.
Yep.
Which, like we stated, was the original name of the movie. Like you said, it is actually the title of the movie in other countries. You can actually find posters that have that title on there. And
you see a little spider with a turban scurry by.
Is the artwork better than what we got here?
Worth it, Parker.
No, it's the same poster that we have here. It's just a different title.
Yeah,
that's a bummer.
Nothing special.
I don't think either of them is better than the other. I think they're both terrible.
So Mike leaves, and right as he leaves, we see that like throughout Mike's visit, this tarantula has gotten out of its cage and it is like crawling towards Joshua, gets on his back, and as soon as Mike leaves, the spider bites him. It's a pink. I see the legs. Is it on the side?
Yeah, it's right there on the side. I'm gonna rotate a little bit.
And what kind of tarantula is that?
This is a genus of the same one that's in this movie that bites him. It's a Avicularia. It's supposed to be Metallica, but I think it's just a regular pink toe. I think it's the exact same species that bites the guy.
A pink toe tarantula?
Yeah. It just looked like they got nail polish. My daughter really liked it. I was like, all right, I'll get one.
Cool.
So we've had this one for year and a half, 2 years. I don't know.
How long did it
Hangs
live?
out. Depends on the species. Anywhere from and gender to anywhere from 3-5 years all the way up to 35 plus.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Good pets. I'll do the whole spiel about how they're great pets at the very end. Also, don't feed your crickets if you have any kind of organism that you keep as a pet that's not native, or you didn't catch it outside. Do not feed it wild critters like this dude with crickets. It's a fucking horrible idea. It's a good way to kill your animals because native cricket populations are full of disease and parasites. It's a good way to kill your spiders or equivalent, whatever you got. So don't feed them from stuff outside. Buy them from a store.
Good to know. Good to know. So this is a very dramatic scene where he gets bit and then he just starts flailing around the place, knocking all the cages over. All the spiders are escaping, and the parrot dies.
Jailbreak!
Yeah. Takes out the parrot.
God, the poor parrot.
And so then we cut to another week later, and Chris McCormick is back. David Arquette.
I just think of fucking seasonings. That's all I
gotta make my gravy. I gotta make my gravy.
Yeah, that or taco seasoning. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. Oh man, but he comes home and he's putting on that like tough guys.
Got his scruffy little beard and his...
Yep. And the woman's like, "We got no jobs here. You should leave." And he's like, "Well, doesn't matter. I'm here anyways. I'm gonna get a job." And she's like, "Whatever." And then she's like, "Oh my God, Chris!" And you find out that it's she is his aunt, and he's home from somewhere. I don't remember where he was, but he's back. Cool.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Spiders are killing our pets.
We're not there yet.
No, we're getting there.
We got them all.
So Mike is on his way home, and that's when we meet his mom, Sheriff. What the hell is her name again? Sam.
Nottingham.
Sheriff
Oh,
Sam
sorry.
Parker, and her deputy Pete.
Peter?
Yeah, and they're pulling out the. I love that they're pulling out the barrel that they. Who reported this? Just somebody walking by?
No safety protocols.
Somebody like,
Yeah, Tom
PPE
Newman.
doesn't look
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he's just wearing gloves. I'm here, and they're taking out this barrel, and she's upset because Mike keeps visiting Joshua. It's like, you need to stop visiting that weird guy. It's not cool. So she's like, "Well, I'm going to drive you home. I'm going to throw your bike at the back. We're going to drive home." And then we, of course, have to get the other introduction to her other child, played by Scarlett Johansson, Ashley. And she's hanging out with her boyfriend, Brett. What a loser. Whoever's named Brett, you're a loser.
Her whole name is in this movie.
I know, right?
The whole fucking thing.
No, the only difference is that his name is spelled with one T. That's not the way.
Well, that's how you
spell
know
it.
he's an asshole.
Yes. No offense to
Yeah.
anybody out there
Right,
who's
just-
not an asshole named Brett with one T, but you're two T's. That's the way you roll. That's the way you roll.
Yeah, dude.
Riding
Just-
his dirt bike.
Yep.
Real fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my dirt bike.
But
to
he's
get
not
pussy.
but the thing is like when you're introduced to Brett, he's actually not that bad of a guy. Like he's actually showing some respect to her mom. But then what he does later turns him into a piece of shit. And you're like, you started off so good, and then it just wee. But then
He
his
never
friends
quite came back up that cliff either.
no. But his friends are dicks, are like, saying, sexual things about her in front of her, and I'm like, you're not gonna do anything? Allow this to happen? And then you got to pull it's okay. Brett's is it his uncle, the mayor,
Stepfather.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Brett's stepfather's the mayor, so we'll just get cleared up. And she's like, "Yeah, there's only so long you can do that for, so I'll get you." And I was like, "Yeah, you will, because you're a badass." Dude, she's great. She's the main character of this movie. She is Sam Parker, the sheriff, is the main character of this movie. David Arquette he's just there. I'm sorry. If you like David Arquette, I respect it. I like David Arquette, but he's not the main character in this movie. In this
he's just
movie,
there.
his face is on the cover of.
He's literally just there to put ass in seats. And you're like, wait a minute. Why are we here again?
So we're back at Joshua's house, and we have clear verification that he is dead. He is very dead. Because we get to see his.
I don't know how you could tell.
I mean,
He's just napping.
He looks like the guy at the end
Not
of
feeling well.
Last Crusade who gets sucked dry because he drank from the wrong cup.
Ugh.
He's just feeling a little under the weather and needs to take a nap.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's great.
He's got his silk sheets.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a
Come in,
town.
boys.
So now we're going to the mall to have a town meeting about what to do because the town's going bankrupt. And I'm just thinking to myself, and they're like, well, if
Have
you
a mall.
didn't build this stupid mall. And I was like, what? What? I feel like this would actually, like, you build a mall. I feel like that would benefit you if you got people. I mean, they're clearly based on what we see is there's not stores in the mall or not many stores.
There's
in the
only
mall.
like what 20 people that live there.
Yeah,
So this is just. Oh, good.
but malls usually are visited by outside towns too.
Usually,
So this is just a mall.
and we don't
20
know
years
how
in the
far
future.
this is from anywhere.
Yes,
really,
this
so.
is malls today. This mall
Yeah.
in 2002 is just a mall now.
Yep.
No one's going or it's
Yeah.
closed. But
Or both.
oh, maybe.
I mean,
But-
nobody's going if it's closed. I'm sorry.
So Wade, we meet Wade, who is the mayor, but he's also the guy who built the mall. He also has an ostrich farm because they taste delicious.
He does.
At least that's what he says.
I'd try it.
He goes to the mall to get himself an ostrich burger.
He does.
I'd put it in my mouth.
I'd try it.
Yeah, I'm down with it. I've heard the eggs are like a little gamey, and the meat's probably a little bit stringy, but I'd give it a shot.
But we get that tough guy move from Chris. He's like, I'm the owner of the mine and I'm not selling. Everybody's like, oh no, like, what are we going to do? And we're like, oh, everybody, it's okay. And then he tries to give Chris shit and Chris punches him in the face and gets arrested. So then you
I
find
wanna
out.
press charges.
Yeah. You find out he has a history. Chris has a history with the sheriff, which is one of those like, oh yeah, this feels 100% like a 50s monster movie. Unnecessary love interest.
Yep.
That goes literally nowhere. But then we get a great scene at Pete's house where he is doing a drywall job in the middle of the night.
Love this team.
I'm just
Hey,
like,
you got to work when you got time.
I love his wife's like, what are you doing? He's like, you want me to finish the project. I'm finishing the project. And she's like, well, go to bed. And then she's like, where's the cat? And he's like, I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's like, oh,
Did it
he probably
go
went
into
into
the
drywall
drywall
again.
Or, yeah, well, I mean, it's fine. The cat will be back. It's not fucking going anywhere. Cats hide all the time. Is this like, are you foreign to cat activities?
I mean, well, except for
Not
the
this
fact that
time.
this cat meets something sinister in the wall. You get to see the spider, by the way, before like crawl into the drywall.
It's Looney Tunes ass shit.
I
That's about-
love this scene
It's so dumb.
much.
It is
It is funny,
so
but it is dumb.
stupid, but it's just like you're watching going, wow, this is a Looney Tunes cartoon come to life.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's
the cat's face gets pushed against the
face,
drywall. And
the
you see, like,
spider
spider
imprint.
legs and, like,
Oh my god, it is.
and you hear him
fantastic.
fighting it. I think at one point you hear the cat go,
Yeah.
You're like, what is happening right now? I'm so on board for it. This is so stupid.
Like normally, like when you, never mind. I'll wait till you get to the end of this.
Dan, get closer to the mic
All
when
right.
you talk.
Never. Sorry. Keep going. I wasn't saying anything important.
So we then get a scene of Chris bringing flowers to the sheriff because he wants to tell her how he feels about her. And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care about this. This is because, to be honest, no chemistry, absolutely no chemistry between these two characters. It's unbelievable. It's like negative chemistry because anytime she talks to him, she literally looks like she has no interest in this man, not a single ounce of interest. And he's like, oh, I'm so stupid. Why would I say that? I'm like, what is this movie? What does this movie want to be?
This dude's acting like a 16-year-old.
They had to shoehorn in some love
Oh,
story
God.
to keep people kind of interested.
Let the teens do that.
It's
That's what they're there for.
it's so
They're trying to do other
weird.
stuff instead.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah.
Your body is not a container for that, ma'am.
But Ashley wants to go out with Brett, and the mom is like trying to just, and she's she doesn't tell her no. She just gives her protection. And Ashley's just like, fuck you, mom. You're just a 16-year-old, you were a 16-year-old pregnant woman, and you're just a loser as a sheriff of a shitty town. And she's like, the fuck was that? She literally is like, I didn't deserve that. And I was like, you didn't deserve that. Fuck you, Ashley. You suck.
Lock her up. Lock her up.
She then apologizes and then takes the taser, which I thought was great. But I just love that whole thing where you're just like,
used.
Fuck. Oh, it's used multiple times. Like this is it's a great introduction to an item that it's like, it's not a throwaway item. This is crucial.
At least it has payoff, unlike some of the plot points in this movie.
Plot points?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they're there.
They're there. They're faded. We got to wipe away some of the dirt and be like, oh, there it is. I found it. Don't keep your eye on it or it's going to get away again. So Mike goes to Joshua's, discovers that all the spiders are gone. Josh was gone. He just assumes he's dead, which he was right. And then he goes to the mine and he finds a roaring spider crawling around in there. It's a big one too. But he also finds the spider leg and he brings it home with him. But yeah, I just love the roaring spiders are my favorite. The ones that growl. Just
roars like the shark in Jaws Revenge.
So, funny fact, because you mentioned this, we got to talk about it now.
Yep, sure do.
Spider facts with Dan. Spiders do not normally make noise. Not in that sense. They don't vocalize like we do. However, there are spider species that do what's called chelicerating. Similar to how, when a cricket rubs its legs and it makes the singing or whatever, rubs it on its body. They can rub their chelicera, which is, where their fangs are attached to make noise. Usually it's just to scare predators away. It's not meant to be like anything else other than that. Because, as they state in this movie, it's not wrong. Spiders do not have ears, but a lot of them operate on near field movement, which is the movement of air over their body and seismic. So, yeah. Except for jumping spiders. Jumping spiders are the only spiders that have proper, pretty good eyesight. The rest of them are practically blind.
Which is wild, because don't they have multiple eyes?
They do. But see, that's the thing. Tarantulas are the worst for it, and that's where I'm the most knowledgeable. But other spiders have varying degree of how good their eyesight is, but jumping spiders are the best. You ever looked at a jumping spider and it looks up at you?
Yeah.
They'll tilt their body, look at you. Because they recognize the human outline. Other spiders don't. They can conceptualize that you are a thing. I can see you. So, yeah. Anyway, and that's what makes them cute. But anywho, fun fact there for you.
Chris brings Mike home, not knowing that he is his love interest
mister,
son.
Can you give me a ride to town? How many of these kids would have ended up on Unsolved Mysteries or fucking America's Most Wanted at this fucking point?
That's true. That is very, very
That's
true.
how I rolled back in the day.
Hang out with weirdo spider people, just ask for random hitchhikers. It makes me think of Simpsons. Listen, Homer, you're dumb as a mule and twice as ugly. If a stranger offers you a ride, I say take it.
Exactly.
So it's okay if you're ugly. Is that what you're trying to say?
And dumb.
And if they have candy, it's a bonus.
Ooh. Yeah, you offer me candy, I'm probably getting in.
If somebody's Starburst Minis and caramel apple pops, I would get in as an adult.
Ooh. It's hard to resist. Hard to resist.
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't have too many of those driving around where I lived.
No.
So he shows Chris the spider leg, and he's just like, that can't be real. Spiders don't get that big. And he's like, oh no, I found it, I swear. But it's David Arquette we're talking about here. So he's like, oh,
pretty good at that.
Yeah.
It looks like a cactus. What fucking cactus?
So Chris was coming back from, there was some mining. They were prepared to start mining again because the mine is a gold mine. Ironic. So he's driving. I love how he set them all up to do this, and he clearly knows how to do the job too, but he just leaves.
Fucks off.
You guys can handle this, right? But we get this weird shot of the guy siphoning the water through the hose and instead gets a mouthful of spiders, and we get this weird CGI just spiders like coming out of his mouth.
I was like, you can spit it out at any time. Like, this just takes way too long. I'm like, dude,
I'm just glad he didn't die from this, because usually in movies, when things come out of your mouth, you automatically just succumb to whatever happened in your mouth and you're dead. Where he dies from a bigger spider.
Holy crap. What if porn movies were like that?
Excuse me?
You said whatever happened in your mouth, you just succumb to it. And I was like, nut, and you're just dead. Your heart just stops. Instant nut. Hey, funny story.
Oh, Lord.
This is relevant. This is relevant to the topic. There is a species of spider. The male dies when it ejaculates. It is Dolomedes tenebrosus. It's a lineage of, if you've been around pools, particularly in the Midwest, or just generally the whole country, there's always those spiders that hang around like outdoor pools and stuff like that. You'll see them in the traps. Now, you guys may not know, but anybody listening may know what I'm talking about. They kind of look like wolf spiders. They're a pseudo-amphibious species of spider. Great names. There's some cool ones from Florida. Dolomedes okeefinokensis. Like, really cool shit. I love the names. But anyway, the males, when they inseminate the female, they die. Like, the moment they inseminate them, it's like their heart explodes and they die.
Damn, that's a powerful nut.
Dude, the greatest of nuts.
This
is it, boys. This is what I was made for. You go get him, Charlie.
That is going to be my wild fact that I post on Instagram and all on social media. It's like wild spider facts.
They do. They literally, because we had a guy in the spider lab that I worked for, and he studied the Dolomedes species that he had, like 2 or 3 different ones, and every single one of them, when they inseminate, they let go of the female, and they just kind of like curl and just die. And we don't know if it's
wild.
like why you do that as a species if you're dying just to provide sustenance for the female. Like, that's it. Like, the male dying technically is less advantageous to the species because you're less likely to reproduce again, unless it's more for genetic diversity.
Does the female eat the male?
In theory. Spiders are very cannibalistic.
Interesting.
Which is another big issue with this movie, because all these spiders hang out like it's a sweet rave party. Spiders are not gregarious.
I was going to say, all these different species are just hanging out like, we're friends now, right?
Yeah. There are not gregarious. There are very few, very, very, very few species of spider that tolerate other spiders around them. Most of them will just eat each other. I'm like, fuck it. Go ahead.
Unless they've been infected by
Maximum
toxic waste, then it's okay.
That is yes.
So they have something in common, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ridley was talking to me. My son was watching a little bit with him. He's like, yeah, but they have toxic waste. And I was like, yes, that is their scapegoat to all of these arguments.
100%.
Anyway, maximum nut conversation over.
I hate when parents do this, where like he has them playing on his TV in his bedroom, which is great. We have an episode of the Monster Zone on them, so check it out.
Best giant insect movie.
And she's like, it's those movies. They're getting in your head, and that's why you're doing this. And I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking? This kid loves learning about spiders, right? Like, he's obsessed with spiders, and like in a scientific way, right? And the mom's like, you're too smart, and you're watching monster movies. It's all at fault. And I'm just like, that's what you sound like when you're complaining like that. Like, you're being influenced by the movies. It's ridiculous. You're grounded for 3 weeks. You're like, what the fuck?
It's like parent was sports player, kid isn't into sports at all. Like, go outside and play sports and be normal. Well, you only think it's normal because it's what you did.
Exactly.
Let the kid enjoy his shit. But funny thing is about them is it's a far better movie than this. And I'm just going to spoil it right now. This movie, because you see them as playing on the Syfy channel, because you see the Syfy channel logo in the bottom left-hand corner, back when it used to be good. And this just feels like a sci-fi movie.
This played on Syfy a lot.
Yep. It feels like a sci-fi movie with a budget.
Yeah, it kind of does. So we find out that Wade...
Sharknado.
Way pre-Sharknado. When did first Sharknado come out? Like 2012?
Maybe.
Something like that. Yeah. So we find out that Wade is partially to blame for what's happening in the town. I guess we should say fully, because he's the one who
Wade.
He he buys all this toxic waste, or where's this toxic waste coming from? We really don't get an explanation.
Payoff.
There's things that are happening like with Wade that really don't go anywhere, and you're like, oh yeah, is he the bad guy? Like, who's the bad guy in this movie? I guess the spiders. I don't know. Like,
Is Wade making a whole lot of money to store?
not
toxic waste, I
really. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, there doesn't really. They're like, Wade's doing bad things, but we're not going to talk about it like at all. And you're like, okay, I guess we'll move on. I just want to see big spiders.
Ultimately, his goal, he wants the mine because it's got stuff in it.
He wants the mine because of the gold. He wants his mall to stay open and thrive. But it's just like he's a bad
With the
guy.
20 people in town.
With the 20 people in town. But he's also the bad guy who's just like they wrote terribly to be the bad guy, where he's like, he's the bad guy, but you really have to pay attention to understand why he's the bad guy. And you're like,
They should just have.
oh, all right.
They should have burned down an orphanage, kick a dog, and that would have made a little more sense. Some people are like, yeah, he's a bad guy.
You would have been like, oh, clearly that guy's the bad guy.
Is this the scene? We're at the scene where he's talking on the phone, and that's where Brett is in, where he's going to leave. Where we're at.
Yeah,
that's a great line.
Where he's kind of like giving everything away, and Brett's like, "I'm going to go out and steal a car and do all this stuff."
I found that. I still found that funny. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
But I mean, it's like, oh, he's a pretty cool stepdad because he's like, all right, have fun. See you later.
Yeah, slice of pussy for me, son. Like, all right, see you later, Dad.
Bye. But yeah, this is where he's on the phone talking about the barrels of chemicals, and you're like,
everything.
Yeah. All right. So where's this gonna go? And it goes nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere.
I just wish he was twirling his mustache like he had one.
Yeah. No, it's just his really brown teeth that was making me weird. Like every time he would talk, I was like, "Did you brush your teeth, dude? This is gross."
Are you an avid coffee enjoyer?
God.
Yeah, I just eat the beans like raw. Like,
he puts it in his mouth. He just goes. You're like, what are you doing? Stop that!
Like loads his mouth up with dip, but it's just coffee beans.
Disgusting. But then we get a great scene of his ostriches are like slowly getting yoinked underground.
Yeah.
Getting killed. And it's just like the cartoonish, like, but he's not noticing anything happening.
Yeah.
Even though you can hear them squeal.
It's another
every
Looney
time.
Tunes scene.
Yeah, it is.
Just like the cat and the spider in the drywall. It's another Looney Tunes
fantastic.
scene. Like,
you know what the funny thing is, though, is this is probably one of the most accurate portrayals of the spiders in this whole movie.
Oh,
the trapdoor spiders. You see when he first walks through, he hits some web on the ground because they set trip lines, and that's how they know what's around.
Yeah, because it like sends the vibration, right?
Yeah, the line goes in underneath the top, and they'll put them in multiple directions, and they based on where the vibration comes from, they know which way to. Like weirdly, this odd fucking scene's like they nailed it.
This worked. We did it.
Hooray, ostriches!
Oh my god! So we're with Brett and Ashley, and they're making out in the truck, and he's getting handsy. He's trying to get stuff from her, and I'm just like, this is the worst place. Aren't your friends right outside? Like, what are you doing, dude? But also, she's saying no.
Yep.
And he's going, but
this isn't how I wanted to lose my virginity in the front of a truck. And he's like, well, we can go in the back.
I was like, your friends are outside, and she's saying no.
It's the end of it, dude.
She tases him in the balls,
what
and I was like,
get, Brett.
Taser to the nuts.
Yep.
And I was like, Ashley, you redeemed yourself for that shitty thing you said to your mom, because good move. Also, this man would have been down for hours.
Yeah, he would have been
hours, dude. You get kicked in the balls, and you're down for a good amount of time. Getting tased in the balls. Oh, this man screams so high pitched. I'm like, that's accurate. Also, this kid's scream makes me want to put my head through a wall. Every time he would scream, I'm like, I hate this guy. Also, Brett, this ruined your reputation for me. I had you. You started off so strong, and you just fucked it up.
Almost.
Because he didn't have two T's.
Yep, that was it.
The T's, right?
That's what happens, man. That's That's what happens when you don't spell the name right.
Then
You're like, I
then
want to
he
be
pees
like
pants.
Brett Michaels. Get the fuck out of here. Who likes Brett Michaels?
God, what the fuck? That's
I hope
wild.
I hope either of you don't like. Yeah, who likes Brett Michaels?
I don't know.
He's
Dude,
the
I don't
singer
know-
of.
I don't
He's
even
the
know who
singer
Brett-
of Poison.
I don't. Do I?
Back in the day, I was
Every rose has its.
Oh, that
thorn.
song sucks.
It does suck, doesn't it?
I was trying to think. I was like, I don't know a good Poison because you say Poison, and the first thing I think of is not that, but I think of not the character from the Final Fight, also into Street Fighter, but I think of that song by Alice Cooper, "Lips Are Venomous Poison," which is a good song.
Lips are poison.
Good song. Good
Poison
fucking song.
running through my veins. Okay, I gotta stop singing.
But like I say, that's a good song.
it is. It is a good song.
But carry on though.
But yeah, he would be down for hours. He wouldn't immediately get up and like, because he sees the spider. I guess it's probably like shock or like the adrenaline. He sees the spider and he's like, what the fuck is that? Because she steals his truck. That was his truck. He just drives away. Like,
That's
"Ah."
theft.
And
he got a little handsy.
he did. He deserves
deserved
it.
it.
He deserves
deserves it.
all of this. And even the cool things he does in this next scene does not redeem him at all.
What cool thing does he do? He does like one
Dude,
thing.
he kicks a
maybe?
spider in midair. Like
That's cool. But I was trying to think.
Kicks the spider. It's one of the most iconic scenes. You go on Twitter right now, you could literally type 8-legged freaks. It's the first GIF that pops up is him kicking the spider.
It is probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
Oh,
I will
it's
admit.
great.
Jumping spiders chasing the bikers.
Well,
Yep.
the thing is like he
I don't
comes
know
over.
how accurate they're.
No, it's pretty close. But they don't do
Okay.
that. Like I said, they'll sneak and then they'll jump and get some of it's close, but they don't constantly
They don't just
chase. They
keep
don't have
popping?
No, they don't have the metabolism for that. Like they're not built that way. Most spiders are ambush predators. They're not like active hunters like that. But then when they are, which jumping spiders are, it's a sneak game.
Why?
They sneak up to the thing and get as close as they can and then make that jump.
Why did they sound like the pygmies from The Mummy Returns? They would make
That's a
like
great
that
question. I don't
weird like
Yeah.
noise every time they would jump.
And they would scream sometimes.
Yeah.
And
They're
laugh
all
sometimes.
screaming or growling or,
Yeah,
or
they all
roaring.
had noises.
One of them sounds like Tarzan later. I was like,
Probably
what is
was the Tarzan
happening?
yell. They just like distorted it a little bit. So it's like, you can't,
Eat it
you
up.
can't tell, right?
Apply the chipmunk filter.
Oh my god! But I just love when he like runs up to his friend. He's like, "Guys, there's these big spiders." So like, hey, you pissed yourself, loser. And I was like, "I God,
And
die,
it gets taken
die,
out.
all of them. Just get rid of them all. They suck."
Well, one of them gets taken out real quick.
Oh yeah, he does. And
Real
they're just like, "Whoa!" It's just like it's not even
I was-
like a normal reaction.
They just like zoom in and out on the face. That's it. Yes. Yes.
This
Please watch the video
Oh.
version.
again, cartoon. This movie is a cartoon. This is a live
It is a
action
fucking
cartoon.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And not one of
yes.
those shitty Disney ones. Okay, this one's worth watching.
Or Space Jam.
Or Space Jam. True, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is great. You know him, driving away. Everybody's getting attacked, but Brett's somehow able to escape, and he makes it to the mine. Then we're back at
Does this scene end with the truck? The
Cool explosion. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
When they attack
fucking
the truck.
That
and it
last
tips.
spider comes out like
Oh yes, and he's like,
Yes,
ugh.
Yeah, and you hear the sound and everything. Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I forgot to look up if I was like, man, I wonder if Frank Welker did all the spider
Oh.
sounds. I'm like, Kari Wuhrer is always in movies where she like a creature feature where Frank Welker ends up doing the sounds for the animal.
That is so funny.
So we're at Aunt Gladys's house, and she's a heavy smoker. Funny thing is that the actress who played her, Eileen Ryan, wasn't actually a smoker, so they had to give her like those fake cigarettes to be that character, which I thought was pretty
Yeah.
funny. It's like, I know you've never smoked
was
in
that
your
one just
life.
hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, I know you've never smoked in your life, but you're gonna play a heavy smoker in this movie, sure, and she plays it well.
Always have to have a
Smoke.
cigarette.
So
Are you smoking yet? Sorry.
yeah, what was her dog's name? You remember?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But so the dog goes downstairs again. I guess we'll give you a warning if you actually plan on watching this movie. Actually, does the dog? I don't think the dog dies, does it?
It gets gotted, dude.
I mean, there's
Oh yeah, you do hear
We
like
don't-
the
there's
squealing in the distance. Yeah.
There's a lot of animals.
big
This people must have
aha.
hated animals, dude. Whoever made this fucking movie.
Yeah, he
I mean,
gets
honestly, you're not going to spoil much. It's a Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah.
that is
This
true.
is. I mean,
So the dog gets yoinked.
it's not a deep film that's going to shock you.
Except for like, there's like one scene where we'll get to later where you're just like, this seems out of place. But all right, I'll accept it. But yeah, the dog gets yoinked. Aunt Gladys gets yoinked with the dog, and that's happens as soon as Chris gets home. And instead of like trying to find his aunt, he just finds the big spider leg, goes and just like waddles away out of the house, like tripping over himself 14 times. And I'm like, okay, sure. Again, he's not the main character of this movie. I will say it many, many more times. So we get
The bigger build person.
He
He got top billing because he's the man.
Sure,
That's why.
sure.
That's
Well, he is
that's
a
why she
man.
didn't.
Listen. If I ever meet David Arquette at a con, which someday I will go to one, I am not going to have him sign any Scream movies. I am going to find a VHS copy of Eight-Legged Freaks, and he's going to sign that.
Yes,
And
as you should. I mean,
and to be honest,
That-
after watching this movie, I think if I ever met Kari Wuhrer, I would have her sign this too, because I like her way more in this than I do in Anaconda, because she's a badass.
She definitely does more in this, and
She is
a
the
badass.
opposite in Anaconda, but also she
Yes.
watched her boyfriend get killed by the Anaconda, so I guess I understand why she was in the headspace she was in. But she gets fucking like, I don't care. John Voight is not hoisting his body up to choke her out with his thighs. I digress. She's a badass in this movie. So Chris goes back to Sam's house, talk to Mike. He shows him the spider leg, and Mike's like, computer activates. Gonna find information, and just pulls up a bunch of shit on his computer. And the mom comes and she's like, what's going on here? And then, guys, wait, is this? Oh yeah, this is the scene where I went, somebody had some weird sexual thing going on in their brain when they wrote this scene, because this is fucking weird, man. Scarlett Johansson, she's a 40-year-old woman now, but she was 18 when this movie was made, and so it was still weird. But this is, dude, come on. There is some context.
Somebody got
to
it
the scene.
on him.
They're like, let's put her in a towel and have her get splooged all over by this spider, just absolutely
up
covered
against the wall.
I'm just like, and she's like in this position. You're like, I don't like this. This is weird. And they're like, we're gonna have David Arquette also get splooged right next to her. And you're like, it made it not as weird, but it's still weird as shit.
Oh, it made
dude.
it weird.
It
In that
made it
context, you just
weird.
made it worse.
Oh my god.
Because it's her.
I think you just
and now
made
you're
it even weirder.
You're making the semen comparison. You're like, well, now David got it too, right next to her. I was like, is
So
this
it's
like a
not that
couple's
bad,
thing? What the
right?
fuck?
It's not.
This is like
Right
this
in the
weird
face
bukkake, but we're gonna like balance it between both genders and like what's going on?
God. Oh,
But hey,
Jesus.
It's
Whenever
both
I say-
genders. It's okay.
Yeah, I've seen this and it just made me think of the Spider-Man meme.
Oh my god.
Shot web, or how do I shot web? How does one shot web? Like this is what I thought of the entire time. It's like, damn, that's some good coverage.
I was just, I mean, don't get me wrong. When this movie came out, when I first saw this movie, I was 11 or 12. So I loved this scene. It's like, I mean, Scarlett Johansson was not big at this time, but it's just like, yeah, all right, I'm in. But mid 30s Brett
get
was
saved.
like, this is weird. So yeah, so this is when we get the first cartoonish kill of a spider. Like the spider dies, and it's just like they have green, awful blood that comes out, and you're just like, oh, it looks bad. And then of course, every time a spider dies, it goes, ugh.
Yeah.
That's
I was waiting for like a little
fantastic.
ghost to come, like a spider ghost to just float out of it.
Collected souls.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
playing
been awesome.
Cuphead or something.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So Brett is driving his dirt bike through the mines and finds he finds Leon, who's like the lead miner, who's the one who got like the spiders coming out of his mouth and got attacked by the one spider. He's very dead. But the other guys are somehow still alive, but then they get dead because the other spider's like, nope, time to eat.
No.
Yep, saving you for later. And then
Allow me to drink you.
And then the spiders just start attacking all of the townspeople, and we get the barbershop situation
That was
where the
pretty good,
guys,
where it creeps up behind him.
yeah, he's like, hey, turn that down. You're deaf enough. He's like, yeah, whatever, get out of here. And then the spiders just like, peekaboo.
The old
Yep.
dudes bickering
Mauled.
with each other.
I just want to be the guy who gave the direction to this actor. Who's like, okay, now you got to look very surprised. And the guy's like,
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck?
But then he goes out and he sees there's the guy up on the ceiling just getting spun around. He's just like, fuck
Yeah.
this shit, I'm too old for this. Just leaves. So good. But yeah, they're just coming out of everywhere and they're attacking everybody, and they're like, we gotta
Where are they gonna hide?
yeah, we gotta go to the mall. But
Gotta go to the mall.
we need to broadcast a message to warn everybody about the spiders. So they go to Harlan, the radio guy.
Who's everybody gonna believe? The conspiracy theorist, short ham radio guy?
Yes, he's the most believable guy. He knows.
Yeah, everybody's gonna
Yes,
be
he has to be.
Listen, I don't care if you think about it. No offense, I'm not poking fun at anybody who does these type of podcasts, because I listen to these podcasts because they're interesting. I love listening to like paranormal podcasts, or like I like listening to conspiracy theory podcasts because I love conspiracy theories, even if half of them are fucking ridiculous. It's still fun to listen to. So like, I'm not poking fun at anybody. Like, I'm gonna listen to this guy. I might listen to this guy. This guy's like, he seems more believable than half of Washington D.C. right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
No, that's as far as I'm going.
That's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, that's a side podcast I don't want to start. No thanks. Nope, that's as far as I'm going. But yeah, they go visit him because they need to pass on this message, but then the spiders attack his trailer. And I just love, he's like, I still had 3 payments left on this trailer. He doesn't make much money. This radio station,
No, I
I
imagine
don't think
not.
it's a legit radio station, even though he does say a radio station name. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, the spiders
But
attack
I
it.
think it's only like that local area.
That's true, yeah.
Because he has to put his antenna up on the mountain to kind of get a signal out to people.
I just
His
want
theme song. Go ahead.
I just wanted one spider to get killed in this movie and one person go, fuck you, as like a Tremors callback, because this definitely has like a Tremors feel to it in a way.
It does. Yeah.
But yeah, we get the giant tarantula and it roars, and I was like, all right, Dan's gonna love that. And
100%.
yeah, it was a great time. Good times.
Tank. The tarantula tank.
Yes. So
that's cool. It is.
So everybody's fleeing, everybody's running around the town. They got to go to the mall because that's I guess the best place to go. And we're like, all right, kind of like,
space.
well, you got to think. I also feel like it's somewhat of an homage to like Dawn of the Dead. Like, this is the place we got to go. We got to go to the mall. We got to escape this invasion, or this attack from a force we're not used to. So I liked that. So they get to the mall. And they close the gate, and of course you got like the janitor, that one janitor who's just like, oh, I don't remember what key it is. It's like,
Is it the one that says front gate? Oh yeah, that's the one.
I was like, it's crazy that the derpy character is the smarter one of the two. It doesn't make sense. We also get punching sounds from the spiders. Like one of the spiders puts the guy down. He's like, I'm like, what? This movie is fun, people. Seriously, unless you don't like spiders, this movie's a fucking blast. All right, watch it.
I mean, you might. A lot of spiders
There
get
are
fucked
punching
up
noises and roaring spiders. What do you want? You want realism?
Yeah, it's not.
Get out of
serious
here.
spiders.
No. Oh my god, makes me want to watch it again. I literally want to get done with this and just watch it again. So they got to come up with a plan to stop the spiders. So they got to get a signal to the army to try to get them here. And then we also have Mike like throwing out things like use perfume to kind of confuse the spiders. Would this, I mean, is this like a real thing? I'm guessing, because I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to even say it.
No. It's fair. This is the one I don't fully remember, because of course all creatures use chemoreceptors, and it's not going to be the face. Spiders don't breathe through their mouth anyway.
Right.
Most arthropods don't. In fact, all arthropods don't, to my knowledge. Anyway, but yeah, I imagine anything like strong, caustic, like if you did like bleach or something like that, or anything really stout, something like apple cider vinegar. I mean, it'd probably fuck them up a little bit. Like it'd be quite a deterrent for sure. Like it's like anything with you. It's like if somebody just fucking stuck some like peroxide in your nose or something.
Well, I know I know that spiders and flies are completely different, but I know like gnats and stuff, you like put like I in my house right now, we have like these little cups full of like vinegar and I can't remember what else it is, but it's like it attracts them.
Yep.
So figure it's got to be somewhat similar to a spider. There's got to be something that'll probably fuck them up.
Yeah,
right?
and flies are very require. They use their olfactory senses a lot for finding their food. Since the garbage, waste, spiders don't operate that way, but they do have some kind of organism for that. But I just don't know. I'm not very familiar with that part of their, because it's not big for hunting.
So we see that Wade is being shady. He like sneaks off and he goes into this like back room, and Sam sees that. She's like, "What's going on?" It's kind of weird, but then she's like concerned about everybody else, so she kind of ignores it. Chris and Harlan go up to the roof because they got to make the call, and they can't get the signal. He's literally got to climb up this antenna to try to get a signal. And then when he finally gets a signal, he's got to tell them that giant spiders are attacking. And the woman thinks that it's a crank call. And she's like, no, it's not a crank call. It's not a crank call. They're here. They're here. Which is a callback to, what is the...
Was it Body Snatchers?
Body Snatchers. Jesus Christ. This is why you should write things down. Why start now?
Terrible.
No, it's
terrible.
Just seat of the pants.
So this is a reference to the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1952, I think, is when that came out. So yeah, the spiders get in. I love
the remake. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, the remake came out in like 70s. It was like 77.
Oh, I know. You said 52.
The original came out in the 50s.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I completely misheard you. I'm so sorry.
So I love that the tarantula is the one that breaks through, but instead of like coming in, it backs out, and then all the little ones come through. I was like, that's really cool, man. I like that.
They act like ants.
Yeah, but the spider voices, man, after a while, you're just like, holy shit, this is insane. They're just like, like fucking, like I felt like some of them were actually saying words.
Yep, they did. It really sounded like it.
It's fantastic. So they go to the room that Wade went into. It's locked. It's like, oh, fucking of course, because he's a piece of shit. Something's going on. Are we going to get anything out of it? Not really. Harlan jumps off the roof to try to distract the spiders so that Wade can do what he's got to do. He meets Pete, who's also down there, because Pete does like the cool badass things, like, you guys go ahead. I'm going to fight these spiders in the hallway, as he's like backing up, but somehow he gets outside the mall. And Chris zip lines to safety. I was like, cool. Then we're back with Brett, and he's still just driving his dirt bike around the mines. But then he runs into Wade. He's like, I don't know how to get the hell out of here. And Wade's like, don't worry, I got a plan. But as soon as he like hops on the bike, a spider grabs him. And you're like, all right. So something's going to happen with Wade, right? I don't know.
And nothing of value was lost.
I guess you got to stay tuned. We get the old man from the barbershop and the spider in the tent, which I thought was good. That
was pretty good. Scene. I like the spider in the tent,
Brett uses a fork truck and drives his way through a wall. And I went, hey, I'm fork truck certified.
I would have been like, hey, I bet that motherfucker ain't.
I could drive one of those. And also, I've never understood the fact that people are allowed to drive propane powered fork trucks inside.
I was literally about to say that because spiders come through the door after he plows through the shutters with the fork truck. And I'm like, they're just shooting. I was like, that is a fucking petroleum canister or propane canister on the back of that vehicle. What the fuck are you doing?
Yep. And those trucks always somehow leak. Like, even
always.
if it's not a lot,
Seals.
there's always, the amount of, I've had to change out those tanks many times. They're fucking awful. When I worked at Walmart, that's all the fork trucks had was the propane. Now a lot of them are battery powered. So, but everybody goes into the mines because they're actually busting through because they're in the mall. So they're trying to get through this door, and Sam takes the fork truck and actually like wedges it into the door to try to prevent them from coming in. And we we also have been hearing a bunch of this, like Chris has talked about constantly, how there's like pockets of the mind that is just like densely full of methane gas.
Yeah, think of Hazy Maze Cave in Mario 64.
Yes, 100%. So, we get that gets mentioned multiple times. Norman, the janitor, poor Norman, he gets dead by one of the spiders. And then freaking Sam fucking takes that freaking crossbow and right in the brain. I was like, I may love her.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Spiders don't have brains.
Interesting.
Yep. Arthropods have this interconnecting series of ganglia. So essentially bundled nerves, if you were to call them like smaller, like not enough to be a brain, but like smaller, and they control the different parts of the body. That's like when you say you cut a roach's head off, it'll still kind of blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't know.
do
Most
that
people
too?
don't.
Oh, chickens do that too?
They can. They can flail around a little bit, but yeah.
Right.
But that's how they're designed. No actual. They do not have a centralized nervous system, and spiders also have an open cardiovascular system, so they do not have veins. It's literally just all open, and they have like a heart-like organism that pumps and creates pressure. And a lot of their limb movement is pneumatic. There is some muscle, but it's actually fluctuations of pressure that help move their limbs. They're giant water balloons.
Spider facts with Dan.
Yeah. Random shit. You're probably gonna get more by the time.
Listen,
you just
we got a whole month of spider movies. We still have another episode of a spider movie. So
yes,
more facts coming.
yes.
So yeah, we find the spider kill room, and this reminds me of the scene in Aliens when they discover all the bodies.
They're all cocooned.
Yes.
Cocooned in, but it's like this is when the movie started. Like it takes that weird turn where you're like, this was a cartoon for the majority of this movie, and then they walk into this section. You're just like, oh shit, this got dark. Like there's just like dead bodies everywhere, and it's just like
everywhere.
Yikes.
It's a little more serious.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, this feels like a different movie now. And they find Wade, and I was like, son of a bitch, this fucking guy. Why?
Well, he's
Leave
a
him
cockroach,
there.
He can't die.
That's true. That is true. Great. Hey, great analogy there. Love it. So this is when we get the whole like, Sam's like, I knew about your feelings for me the whole time, Chris. And you know what? I think I had the same feelings for you. And I was like, no, you don't. Stop lying to the guy.
Should have just
no, you
told
don't.
me.
Yeah, like no, stop it. Stop it.
So this was my problem with it.
I
Is
knew
like
what
we
you
have all
did.
yeah, and like there's all this thing where she's like building, like he's been like, I'm gonna tell her it's gonna be romantic, and he goes to tell her, and the movie you could say it's subverting expectations, but she's like, dude, I already know, blah blah blah. Your fucking dad told me, which is first
that's
shit up,
right.
get out of here. And you're like,
Yep.
It's like such a deflated, like, even though the whole concept of him trying to tell her is like, this dude's like, what, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. I don't fucking know how old he is in this movie. Excuse me. But like, he's like, you get this build up, quote unquote, of him trying to do this. And it's just like, boop. And I was like, oh, so like the other plot points in the
He
movie.
was in his early 30s when this came out. So
That's fair.
yeah. But there was a lot of that, like, oh, your dad told me, and the dad's dead. So you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
All right, whatever. But that, again, as we
all along.
yes, yeah, I knew all along. I was like, stop it. We don't need this. We don't need this at all. It doesn't fit this movie. But also, I'm like, okay, you are emanating a classic like 50s monster movie. This is exactly what they would do. And we've talked about it many times. Where it's just like bad shit is going on outside. Hey, would you like to go on a date with me? I love you.
We should go eat dinner.
We should go eat dinner while the
And this
world
is
is
crazy.
burning outside. And you're like, it doesn't feel appropriate. All right.
I knew you wanted to go to dinner with me. I was just waiting for you to tell me.
But there is much less borderline
knew.
sexual assault.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
They're like,
This
we
is not-
can't do that. We can only do that with two teenagers.
Yes.
But
yes,
she
yeah,
says
and this
no,
is-
and she stands up for herself. Good on
Yep.
you. We
Yep.
love to see it. So yeah, they find
More spiders.
Yeah, there's a lot more spiders. And Chris finds his aunt, and he finds gold. You're like, of course he does. And this is when we get the scene where he faces off with the spider, and he's got the perfume, and he like spritzes it in the face a few times. It's like, oh
So
god, perfume!
We-
trying to get it off.
We get back to
I
that
want weakness.
cheesiness. 'Cause the way the scene is just shot, where it's like slow, the spider comes in close, and he just like turns.
It's like, oh
And
god,
the spider's like,
It does. It coughs. It coughs like a person. Oh God. But then we get like him like setting up the matches in the light because they got to try to get the electricity to work. So they're trying to find trying to get the generator to get the power on. They don't have any gas, but guess what? Ashley still has that taser her mom gave. And she's like, Ashley, you're a genius.
Good job.
She's like,
I'm confused by this. I'm so confused.
Why instead of having to use gasoline, she just used a taser?
Like they're like, I just enough to start it. I was like, the gas is what it runs on.
I'm like, how much fucking electricity is in that taser?
Who wrote this?
Oh,
listen,
God.
listen. This coming from the guy that'll watch them trap a giant quadrupedal saurian monster inside a wooden roller coaster and shoot it with a radioactive isotope, and I'm like, I'm solid with this gameplay. This makes total sense. I'm on board, but this is too far.
Yeah, he was shot by the guy who was in Escape from New York. That guy. What's his name, Dan?
I don't fucking remember.
Who's the guy in 20,000? Was it 20,000 Fathoms?
Right?
Right?
I don't remember his name. Yeah, it escapes me.
Oh fuck! He was the guy who gives Snake Plissken his mission. I can't remember the.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make it. I was going to make an Oak Ridge reference, but that's what he said.
But no, hilarious. But they end up getting the power to go. Lights those matches, sets the gas off, blows up the mines, kills all the spiders. But it also blows up the mall, and Wade is like, not my mall. I'm like, yeah, you're fucking mall, you little bitch. You fucking suck.
Not my cap.
I'm gonna get my ostrich burgers now.
But this is also like the most punishment he gets is his mall blows up, and he's like, I better the insurance company better cover this. And I was like, what about everything else? You should be going to jail.
I just think at that point I just thought he would be like crushed by like a comically large like flaming spider corpse.
That would have been great. That would have been perfect. No one would have gave a shit.
That would have been really good.
But it said nothing happens to this guy. His mall blows up. No. It's like, oh, okay. But also, the cops show up from another town, and Harlan was the one who notified them. And I guess because they listened to his show, and they're talking about
your message.
It's like aliens are here. He's like, yeah, there's a bunch of.
Yeah, there's that one cop. It just like comes in the screen really quick. Where are the aliens?
Yeah,
and then like walks off.
There are a bunch of cocoon down there. There's cocoons.
We got cocoons.
Yeah, like,
and then I guess Chris opened the mines because we get that final shot of Harlan talking, and then he has gold teeth. But also, we don't get a kiss.
Smile.
We don't get a kiss between Sam and Chris.
Good.
I guess there's an alternate.
They really know. There's no chemistry there.
Zero chemistry. I guess there was an alternate ending where they do. I'm glad we didn't.
And then they get eaten by giant spiders.
Let me tell you guys. There's an alternate beginning and alternate ending. So the alternate beginning is an extended version where Harlan does a broadcast promoting the mall. After which Norman sees Wade approaching the driver of the toxic waste barrels before having the barrels put in the basement directly in the mines. And then the alternate ending. So it would have actually helped us understand the Wade connection with the barrels instead of just that weird phone call and him just being sketchy.
Yeah, the one barrel that fell into the water. And like that one barrel was supposed to be our like tipping point. But there's apparently a shit ton of it.
And then the alternate ending was after the mines blow up, the townsfolk walk down a road to get help. They meet up with Pete and Harlan, who were walking through the desert. Pete trying to convince Harlan the spiders were not aliens. Afterward, Sam and Chris kiss as the scene ends. I don't know what I just read, but none of that made any fucking sense.
No, you know what this made me think of? Maybe so everything blows up. So the toxic waste underground is quote unquote moot at this point, though it will have ramifications. So there was an alleged sequel, which I'm sure you'll talk about.
Uh-huh.
But that's the problem is you get all this buildup for this chemical stuff, and like the different beginning would have made more sense. But like it just doesn't make sense for the pet shop thing. Because they get some chemicals and then they get big and get out, but then they get in the mine and they get a little bit bigger. They get a little bit bigger, but then like, are they eating crickets in there too
I don't know.
to get big? Radioactive cave crickets?
Yeah, because
I don't know. It's just
it's not like the spiders would have seen the barrels if they were there and been like, I think we should drink this. And like,
I think
crack it open like a
if,
fucking old V8 can.
yeah, I think it would be better if instead of the methane angle, just have there be a bunch of toxic waste and explosive materials and ordinances. Be like Chud. That's how Chud was. Like they had all the chemicals stored and they made all the weird people, but it was like, anywho, they lost the plot somewhere in the writing of this. There was like, what's with this 13-minute short about bug movies? And then there was a plot. It just, I don't know.
So yeah, like you were saying, Dan, there was a sequel idea, but it didn't go anywhere. That was 2 years after this came out. There was a video game for PC and Mac that came out in 2002, just called Eight-Legged Freaks: Let the Squashing Begin. What a terrible fucking name. And
did you just squash spiders?
I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, that's Eight-Legged Freaks.
Sharks of the Corn? Virus Shark? Cocaine Shark? Sharktopus? Yeah, those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
So I guess it's time to go around the room and talk about our final thoughts on the movie. And we're going to start with our guest, Brad. After your latest viewing, how do you feel about this movie?
My thoughts on this movie have never wavered. This movie is just dumb fun. Our good friend together, Drew from The Real Feels, and I talk about this movie a lot. We've podcasted about it before, but we love this movie. It's just stupid. And if you need another stupid spider movie that'll play with it, go watch Big Ass Spider, because it's that same type of movie.
Yep.
If you just want to have 90 minutes of just live action, stupid Looney Tunes action with spiders, watch Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah, 100%. What about you, Dan? Mr. Spider-Man. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Remember that? It's like, he must be a Spider Man.
Yeah. So dumb. I was like, guys, come on. Like, all right. So this leads in, as if you guys listen to the Monster Zone, if you haven't, please just go watch it. Like, I don't mind thinly veiled plots. Like, I like a movie like that to be quick, and this movie was the same way. It wasn't a long movie. I guess my biggest gripe is I don't find the characters, a lot of the characters, super likable. David Arquette being a big one. Like, I liked the lady, she was good. I didn't mind her family. It's pretty good, but it was okay. Like, I can't rip on this movie because it literally is just a 50s, 60s giant monster movie, just churned out in the early 2000s. Looney Tunes bullshit aside, I like to at least attempt to take themselves seriously to some extent, so I will knock it a little bit for that. But it's not bad. It is bad, but it is an enjoyable movie to watch. It's fun. I don't think I'm going to come around to it again really quick, but I will watch it again in the future. And that's all you get. You just got to know it. Like, by the name, you shouldn't expect any different. Like, it's just, even with me bitching about how inaccurate the spiders are and how many times I said it during when my kids were watching, and it's fine. You could still enjoy it. Just turn that part off and just like, oh yeah, spiders.
Turn the brain off and have some fun.
That's all it is. It's like, it's all right. It's not terrible. It's good for that.
I double featured it today when I was watching it with Crabs, which came out a couple years ago. It's almost the same kind of thing, but it's horseshoe
Isn't that
crabs.
that motherfucking movie I turned on and turned off within like a minute?
I think you did. I think you talked about that.
Yeah, I think that was the one. I was like, I'm not watching. And everybody's, was it you, Brad? Do you know the person that worked on that
Charlie.
movie? That's who it is. I know the fucking director. I was like, so? Like, I can know somebody that doesn't make it fucking good. To be like, hey, Dan, he does a podcast that people actually listen to. I was like, so?
I've interviewed the director. He's a nice guy.
I'm just fucking around. That dude made a movie. I don't know.
He did. We did not.
Yeah.
Crabs. It's the same thing. The crabs make noises like these spiders. Like, they're like,
yeah.
Like, it just fits.
Does it sound like Jawas?
A little bit, yeah.
No, I'll watch it. I'll get around to it. I got to give it another shot because y'all talked about it.
Maybe we'll do a Patreon episode of it. Stay tuned.
We'll do we'll do another insect thing, but not spiders.
There you go.
Sure.
We'll just do crabs. There's enough crustacean.
That's what I'm saying.
films.
No, maybe we'll do crabs as a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to do some of those.
Seafood month.
Seafood. Oh yeah, I mean,
if you're allergic to shellfish, don't listen.
don't listen. Just start fucking having an allergic reaction while listening. Oh
I've-
God,
What's going on?
oh my God, this movie is so stupid. But it's, again, like, I'm glad Brad said it before I did. It is a shut your brain. If you are watching this and critiquing it in a way where you're not enjoying it, then you're not watching it right. Because
And you're probably part
Dan-
of film Twitter.
yes. Dan is very well versed in spiders, and he still had a good time. So, like, you can have a good time with this. It is dumb, but it is fun. And I will watch Kari Wuhrer be a badass any fucking time. And she fucking kicks ass.
She's a good badass.
She is great. David Arquette, to be honest, is like one of my least favorite parts of this movie. And I like David Arquette. And he's just kind of there. But Kari Wuhrer
kind
carries
of a throwaway
this.
character.
He really
his own
is. It's wild. Like I said, no disrespect to him. I just feel like they wrote the two leads as like completely opposite characters that made no sense. But you know what? Kari Wuhrer is she's like, again, she's a badass, and I really enjoyed it. Like, the funny thing is, like, Scarlett Johansson like is in the movie pretty prominent in the beginning, and then it kind of just like does nothing for the rest of the movie. It's just like, she got splooged by the spider. We should just make her. Just give her like the minimum, like, for the rest, because we feel bad. It's like, you should feel bad. It's a fucking weird ass scene, man. But this movie's fun as hell, man. CGI doesn't hold up. CGI's terrible. But it again, this is a shut your brain off type of movie. This is a movie where if you're having a bad day, throw this movie on. It will surely brighten your mood, because it is dumb fun. And I need to make sure it's that just say dumb fun.
But the CGI, very dated and looking bad, it kind of adds to the watching of it now. Just like when you watch those old 50s,
yes,
monster movies, you're like, this is so bad, but you know what? I'm having a great time. When it's close up and it's just like an arm coming in, like,
yes. Or like, we talked about our good pal, R.I.P. Burt I. Gordon, who would always just take actual insects and he would like put them on the film, but it just didn't look right. But it's like, it just felt right for the time. It's like, that's what it felt like. It felt like a Burt I. Gordon movie in 2002.
Yeah, it really did. Actually, it did.
So this movie is definitely one I need to find. Like I said, this is a movie I don't want to like go out and spend like $25 for Blu-ray. I want to go find this for like a few dollars at a Goodwill on DVD, or go to a flea market and find it on VHS for a few dollars. Like, that is what I need to find. I do not want to buy some 4K restoration of Eight-Legged Freaks. It does not need a 4K, because it's just, I want to feel like I'm 12 years old again watching this movie.
It's like a bargain bin movie,
100%.
or like those midnight movies, like a midnight movie.
It's that Walmart. It's that $5 bin at Walmart.
Yeah.
You dig through and you're like, fuck, Eight-Legged Freaks. I remember this movie. And you're just like, $5. Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to say it. Walmart, what the fuck are you doing? Why don't we have the $5 bins anymore? What a fucking shame, dude. That is one of those moments where you go into a Walmart and you're just like, you know what? I don't know what to watch. So you just close your eyes, you put your hand in that $5 bin, you rustle it around a little bit, and whatever you pull out, that's what you're watching. And I miss that. I miss
my
that.
Walmart still has a bin.
They still have the $5 bins?
Are they not? Yeah.
Fuck, my Walmart
still have the big
sucks.
bin right in the middle of the store.
My Walmart fucking sucks. We barely have movies,
You
period.
need to talk to your Walmart.
Same.
I used to work at that Walmart. What a shame. I used to be the manager of that department. I used to have to fill those bins and set those movies up.
That's why.
Then
that's
I
why
left.
they don't have it anymore, because you're not there.
Yep. It's all your
the
fault.
hardest working guy. It's unfortunate.
Yep. It's all downhill.
They didn't have anybody to fill it, so like, we
Dude.
gotta get rid
And
of
they
it.
were the easiest things to fill. You just open up a box and you dump it in the fucking thing.
It's like
There's a box of
Dollar
Cheetos
Tree.
in here.
a lot of the Dollar Trees have stopped carrying the DVDs. Because I used to go in there and same thing. You find just like bad movies. For
that's what I no seriously. Like I really want to, not to like completely sidetrack, but I kind of want to do a series where I just like find a place that sells DVDs. I close my eyes and I just kind of and I pick a movie, and that's what I watch and I review
this
it.
week's movie.
Yep, that's what we're doing. I don't care what it is. That'd be a good time. I'd have a good time. But back to this. Now it's time to go over to
most
social.
of those are probably on Tubi.
Probably. Yes. But you know what? $5 is not going to hurt.
No.
We're going to go over to social media and see what you all had to say about Eight-Legged Freaks. And we're going to start over on Twitter, where I got a message from Cinematic Anarchy, who says, I have probably watched this film countless times with my family. Like a modern take on Tarantula from 1955, which we have an episode on. That was last week's episode, so check that out. Or Earth versus Spider from 1958. Is that on our Monster Zone wheel, Dan?
Which movie?
Earth versus Spider?
Maybe.
Write it down.
It might be, because it was going to be my suggestion.
Write it down.
I'm going to pull it up.
My wife absolutely despises spiders, but loves David Arquette. So this is one of the few spider creature features that she will actually sit through. All right, understandable.
So she wouldn't want David Arquette out of this movie.
No, I didn't say I wanted him out. They just didn't write him well. It was just, it was out of place. Yeah. But also, this movie is called Eight-Legged Freaks, so I guess
his chemistry didn't work with her.
No, absolutely.
So
not.
you could have someone else there.
Our fellow co-host of the
Nothing
Monster
against
Zone.
David Arquette.
Yeah, nothing against David Arquette. Our fellow co-host of the Monster Zone, Spectre, Mikey, or at Spectre M91. He says, it's definitely a fun one, but I think I prefer Big Ass Spiders or Big Ass Spider. Dan, you should add that to the list.
Big Ass Spider is really good.
I will go ahead as soon
Mike
as I get
Mendez
there.
movie. You should, if you haven't seen Big Ass Spider, highly recommend it. And then you can do Lava Lantula right after that.
Oh my goodness. Lava Lantula. Jesus Christ.
If we cover bad spider, like really bad spider movies, we need to do Arachnia. It's like 2003. It's got a stop motion spider.
Ooh.
It's less a spider, like this killer alien mite thing. It's a weird fucking movie. It was shit.
Interesting.
I'd seen it in a long time.
And Luke from the Howdy Beans podcast says, oh, what a movie. I've covered it twice, once on my show and the other on Review It Yourself podcast. I absolutely love this movie. Pure nostalgia from my childhood, which is funny because I'm not a fan of spiders at all.
They do a service.
They do. But you got to think, spiders are definitely like one of the most, like, I wouldn't say popular fears, but it's got to be high.
So here's a good thought for that. So here's my other thing. So relatively a very, 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 very small percentage of any venomous animal is, like, a small percentage of the animals are actually dangerous to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of venomous snakes in the States, there's 5 to 10 species tops that are actually lethal to humans. There's not a lot. Just say hypothetically. There's 2.5 in the United States spiders that are medically significant. However, most people don't know how to tell the difference between what spider or what snake's venomous. So just be afraid of all of them, and it covers your bases.
I like your theory.
True. So I do not judge people for not liking spiders and not liking snakes and stuff like this. However, I will point out as a counterpoint that those creatures, mostly the non-venomous ones that you get, like that's majority of what you see, take care of that really annoying shit you don't want in your life. Gnats, mosquitoes, all that annoying insects, rats, or spiders take care of rats, mice that spread disease, all that shit. That's the stuff you really need to worry about. The predators that take care of them usually aren't the problem. The little ones. But anyway, again, don't judge people for not liking them.
Oh, no. Listen, I have fears myself, so I can't judge people for having. Like I said, arachnophobia is a very popular fear. I guess that's the word you would use. Common fear. Yeah, that's a better word.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's true.
Yeah. We have a couple over on the Dissect That Film Discord server. If you want to join the Dissect That Film Discord server, become a patron over at patreon.com/Dissect That Film. All you have to do is join at the free tier, and you can join our Discord. So you don't even have to spend money. You just got to be part of the Patreon at the free tier. Do it.
We have fun over there.
Yeah, it's a good time. We have a couple. We have one from Spicy Dan, who says,
Oh, spicy
No,
Dan.
not our Dan. We got
The true spicy Dan.
yes. Dan, one of the hosts of the Geeks with Beards podcast, who says, I've never watched this movie all the way through. What I did see was okay, but David Arquette just doesn't do it for me. My favorite arachnid / insect creature feature would be arachnophobia. Spoiler alert for next episode. And our last one is from Lo Wang, who says, this is the movie that started my love of giant bug movies. It's also the first one I ever snuck into. This movie has it all. Motocross spiders, trapdoor spiders, mall spiders, and a giant tarantula making sweet love to an Aerostream trailer. 400 out of 10 would sneak in again.
Give it a little drum, baby.
That's the best comment we got this week. Thank you, Lil Wang.
400 out of 10.
Thank you.
Hang low, Mr. Wang.
Thank you to everybody who left us a comment over on social media. If you want to be part of the episode, make sure to follow us on all those social medias. We're on Twitter at Dissect That Film. We are on Instagram and Threads at Dissect That Film Pod. We are on Blue Sky at Dissect That Film. And if, like I said, and I just mentioned the fact, if you want to join our Discord server, all you got to do is join the Patreon at the free tier, and you can get access to the Discord server. There's a lot of fun things, a lot of fun channels in there. You can share. Like we got like toys and physical medias, and like just there's a lot of cool stuff in the Discord. So please join us over there if you want to be a part of all that, because it's a good time. Well, now it's time to tell you all what we're going to be doing next week. So next week is another Monster Zone episode, because we're still doing this bi-weekly thing, and you know what? I am having a good time with it. So next week,
are you doing spiders?
Brad. It's like you knew what we were doing. This is crazy. He's reading my mind. Yes, Brad, we are doing more spiders, because next week for our Monster Zone, our brand new Monster Zone episode with our co-host Mikey. You're probably wondering why when you watch the first Monster Zone of the month, you're like, where's Mikey at? Well, those are old ones. We recorded them like two years ago, I think. So we're trying to put those, they were from the Patreon, and we're trying to release them slowly out to you guys. But once a month, you get the brand new ones that have Mikey in them. So this is that one. And we're talking about 1975's The Giant Spider Invasion.
Yes.
Which is a movie. We had a good time talking about it. That's all I'll say about it. Yes. And then for our next Dissect That Film podcast episode, we are going to be traveling all the way back to 1990 and talk about one of the most iconic spider movies as we talk about Arachnophobia with Jeff Daniels. I'm very excited. I have already talked about this movie this year, or maybe it was last year. I can't remember. Me and Drew from the Real Feels podcast talked about it over on Binge Movies. But we are going to do a full episode on Arachnophobia over here. It's also celebrating a pretty significant anniversary. It's 35 years old, which is crazy. And it'll be like the second 1990 movie we've talked about this month, because we talked about Predator a couple weeks ago. So,
yep.
Hey, it's just how it worked here on Spider Month. So that's what you got coming for the next 2 weeks. And then it's Spooktober, but we're going to keep that a little bit quiet for now until our final episode of the month. So that's all I got to say. Now it's time to let our guest talk, because Brad, you got some changes going on over in your show. Not really huge changes, but you did change the name of your show, which is pretty awesome.
I did. I just rebranded. It used to just be called Old Man Brad, but I rebranded it to Tomb of Terrors with Old Man Brad. I just wanted to I wanted a bigger reach with the name, so it's now Tomb of Terrors is the name of the show. And I mean, over there, I talk to indie filmmakers, I review horror movies, just have a good time. Getting ready to line up my October here soon. I can tell you it will be anthology based. That's all I'll say.
Ooh, very
interesting.
Exciting, very exciting.
You can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky at Old Man Brad. I don't really use the Twitter much anymore, but I'm out there.
All of Brad's links will be in the description, as we always share our guests' links, because if you listen to our show, we feel you'll enjoy every guest we have on here. You're definitely going to enjoy their show in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, you can listen to like 4 of Brad's episodes in the span of you
mine are
listening to one.
shorter.
So that's always good. Brad's is a great episode where you're just like, I have 25 minutes to spare. What do I listen to? I don't want to listen to a 2-hour episode of something. I'm going to throw an Old Man Brad episode on. And that's what I'm going to do. So make sure to check out Brad and his awesome show, because I've been on there a few times, and you should listen to those episodes and everything else he does. Also, you should definitely listen to his Versus episodes, which I request more of because your wife is fucking awesome. So, and please tell her that, okay?
She is awesome.
I really hope you do, Brad. That's a weird thing to say. I really hope you do.
I only love my wife when she's on the podcast. No, she's awesome. Everybody says like you need to bring her on more.
Oh, those Versus episodes are primo Old Man Brad episodes.
Working on the next one. I threw it out to her the other day to say, hey, we should watch these 2, and she's like, oh, okay. So can't say what they are yet, because hopefully we'll get it done.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, but
there will be more. There will be more in the future.
If you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of just like what's coming out now, if you're a fan of Tubi, Brad's got it all. He's been doing some great work over there, doing interviews with filmmakers and actors, and talking about retro movies and modern movies. And Brad's got a lot going on.
Well, this week I released my first book, so a horror book. I had the author on it we talked about.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said I released my first book. I went, Brad, you wrote
No, not
book?
my first book. My first episode with an author.
Yes.
With
okay.
a book.
I got what you're saying.
I was
got a book.
What the fuck?
I'm glad you're not the only one. I wasn't the only one who heard that. I was like, Brad, you wrote a book. You didn't tell me.
I did not write the book. I talked to somebody about a book. Yeah,
it's still cool.
It's
still cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
If you love Bruno Mattei, I have a whole series of Bruno Mattei movies. If you want to, not just Cruel Jaws.
I'm gonna make a playlist on our YouTube. It's just gonna be called the Cruel Jaws playlist, and it's just gonna have everybody's Cruel Jaws episodes. And I'm gonna send it to Anna.
Please.
Love you, Anna. You're the bomb. We do it in fun. Yes, thank you, Brad. You are the man. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Make sure to check out. Yeah, make sure to check out the other episodes that Brad's been on. He was here to talk about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He suffered through the 2017 The Mummy. Brad, you were probably on here for another episode that I can't remember right now because my brain is.
I did 2
fried.
Of the Underworld movies.
You did. You did
Yes.
Underworld, and you did Underworld's Awakening.
That's
I got
correct.
it. I got it. So this is the 3rd time. I think Brad actually has been on the show the most this season. So good job, Brad.
Trophy need me.
Listen, I keep asking. He keeps saying yes. So it's like, it's on him. I don't know what. It's like he likes us.
Like,
at least I hope so.
Let me see if my wife will let me spare 2 hours.
But again,
turmoil for him.
Again, thank you so much, Brad, for being here. We appreciate
Yes,
you. We
thank
love you. And yeah, we look forward to our next hangout. Probably me being on your show to talk about a movie. A movie. I'll just say that. As for us, I already mentioned it. Follow us on all the social medias. Join us over on Patreon. We have 2 tiers over there. We have a $1 tier where you guys get uncut versions of episodes up to a week before the actual episodes are released to the public. We have watch-alongs that are going to be starting up in September. So make sure to check that out. Like I said, in prior episodes, they're not going to be set on certain dates. We're just going to be like posting, hey, we're doing a watch along this day for this movie. Come hang out with us. That's over on the $3 tier. I have other things kind of in the works. So join us over on Patreon. I think it's worth the $1 at least. And then once we get more things over on the $3 tier, we'll make it worth that too. But yes, but speaking of the Patreon, we got a new patron. We got
got you, sucker.
Lone Wolf has joined the Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate you, Lone Wolf. Hopefully you enjoy the uncut versions of the episodes. Hopefully you enjoy all the nonsense that happens over on Patreon. Hopefully you join us over on the Discord to all the shenanigans that happen over there. So thank you for supporting the show, because all the money that we get from the Patreon goes right back into the show. None of it goes to us personally. So you know that your dollar is, or whatever you give us, is going to hopefully a good cause. But the last thing I need to do is I need to thank our patrons. We have Billy Joseph Jr., Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast, Corey Morissette, Daniel Collins, Dustin Elkins, Jordan Champion, Lo Wang, Rudy5453, Angela, Anna Presley, Dana Dissect That Film, Doom Generation, Eric Stein, Jason, Lone Wolf, Robert Stewart, and the Barons Hideout Podcast. Thank you all for supporting us over on Patreon. And thank you to everybody else for supporting us, period, for rating us, for reviewing us. Guys, we're at 38 reviews on Spotify, so if we could get 2 more to hit 40, that would be fantastic. That would be wonderful. So, yeah, thank you to everybody out there. I probably forgot something because I always seem to do that, so make sure to yell at us in the comments on your podcast apps or on YouTube. Like, oh yeah, YouTube. We got a YouTube channel. Do all that stuff. You know the things. You're listening to the show. You should know all this stuff. All right. I'm going to drink some more. Okay. Until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan of DNA Gaming. And that is Old Man Brad. And this has been another episode of the Dissect That Film Podcast, episode 217. We'll see y'all again on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Make sure you check your pants. There might be spiders in there.